So hey guys, I just picked up a new item here. It's a universal part, but the fitment is really good on these cars. It's not gonna break the bank. So I know you guys seen these before. I actually had this for my old Accord, but I never got around to installing it. It's the universal diffuser, has 7 fins here. Let me take out the package and show you what you get with it. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Like I said, it's a universal design. It also comes in carbon fiber if you want that. But on this car particularly, it does fit really well. And I was debating getting the Type S diffuser, but I can't justify spending hundreds of dollars to give it almost the same appearance as this thing does. And this is easier to install. You don't have to take the bumper off or nothing. So basically, it sits up here just like that, and you just mount it from underneath. Now in the A-Spec version, it looks really good. It's all gloss black. Has plenty of mounting points here. You can mount it tons of different ways. I wouldn't just mount it with double stick tape though, because it will eventually start sagging on you. You don't want to worry about it flying off and hitting somebody behind you and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to use double-sided tape along this, and also put some fasteners in it. Now I'll show you what I originally was going to do, and you could do it this way too. It just, like I said, depends what you want to do. There's different ways. But I bought these push rivets right here, the plastic push pins. And I was going to drill a hole and just put these up through here and then mount it that way with tape. But sometimes these push pins here, the little ears on them, start wearing out, so then it'll be a little looser fit. You know, it would probably be okay with this because it's light plastic, but I'm going to actually do some screws with some nuts behind it to make it a little bit more secure. So I'll show you what I did here. So there's the tape I'm using. I'm sure this is overkill since I'm bolted up too, but I have the tape and I don't want to mess with this ever again. So that's what I did to it. Okay. But like I said, I wouldn't suggest just using that because it'll hold, but it'll definitely come loose when you wash your car and stuff. So here's the method I'm going to use for this. So I went and I got, you can see here, I got a machine screw with the nut, and I also got this black cap here that you put the screw into, and then this cap flips over to cover the screw head. So then when you look under here, you'll see these little plastic, those black parts that look like push pins kind of. It'll look factory. I don't want to see screw heads, all that kind of stuff. Then it looks really aftermarket, even though the part is. You can make it look clean. So basically here, you can get your hand underneath here really easy. There's plenty of room. That's the main thing you have to worry about. I'm going to pop these out. There's 2 little clips here just so I can have more room to work. Then you can get your hand behind there when you make your holes and put the nut on it and screw it in, because you will need to hold the end of the nut to tighten it. And like I said, you could use this. You just make a hole and push them in, and I'm sure it'll be fine, but I'm just going to use the screws I went and bought. But one like this would probably do good too. You just drill a hole and then you push this into place, and I'm sure it'll hold it. And that was my original idea, but I just changed it. Like I said, I am a fan of using actual screws with bolts on them, or a nut. It will do a better job, I think, holding it. Okay, so here's what I did. I drilled one here, one here, and then one here. So you have one on each side and then 2 in the center, because the center ones is where it'll want to sag on you. So that's what I did. You could do one between each fin if you wanted. I think that's a little overkill, but you could. You know, this will be plenty. That's 4 screws with nuts and the double-sided tape. Okay? So then all you do, you line this up so it's even on both sides, and then you just drill your holes through the diffuser that you already put the holes in, through the bottom of the bumper. Now be careful not to go too far in, because you don't want to screw into that, like drill a hole in the actual car. So it's real easy. You don't need a lot of pressure. It's thin plastic and it'll go through. Now I'm just holding this on by a little clip since I drilled my holes. Okay? So let me go ahead and get this installed and show you the final product. So here's how it looks. Again, it's the 4 holes I drilled. Put the screw in. If you can see there, has those little pins on it. So like I said, these you notice a little bit more because they're a little thicker, covers the screw head. If you use the push pins, they're a little bit flatter. You might go that route, but you can't see this like when you're standing up. I just like the clean look, how it's all covered. Now here, I was gonna drill a hole there. That's what that mark is, and I decided not to. But you can if you want. This holds really tight. The hardest part was lining it up. So I lined it up outside on the flush part of the bumper here on the center, and then it has a little curve to it. And I kind of got that even on both sides and measured the edges and then mark that. And then once you drill your holes, it's easy. So if you see here, it's a little bit of play right there. And that's because the curvature of this diffuser part is a little different than the bumper. Now that's fine, that's not gonna go anywhere. I mean, you could put a pin right here if you wanted to, but like I said, it's overkill, I think. It's just the curvature of this part being a universal product. But I love how it looks. Like I said, this part runs about $25. That's it. And then I spent probably $2 or $3 for the screws and the nuts for it. And it looks really sharp. And then the Type S one runs, I think, $200 or $300, and you have to remove the bumper to bolt it from the underside of it. So that's a lot of work for a similar look. I'm very happy with this. And now you don't have to worry about it. It's double-sided taped, has screws with the nuts on it. I put a little thread tight on the screw as well when I screwed it in, so that way it won't back off. So that's a good thing to do. So let me go ahead and pull this out and I'll show you what it looks like outside. Okay, it's kind of hard to see here, but it adds just a little bit. I think it makes it look more aggressive here on the back. You can see it. The fins looks really sharp. Check that out. I like it. Like I said, for under $30, you can't beat it, and it gives it that just extra appearance without breaking the bank. So I definitely recommend getting one. All you have to do is go on eBay, type up universal diffuser, plastic diffuser, and you'll see a ton of them. Some are carbon fiber look and all that. Just depends what you look for. I like this because it blends right in with the gloss black. People put on their cords, look really sharp. Like I said, I was going to, just never got around to doing it. So I'd highly recommend doing this. It'll save you some money and it looks really good. So I appreciate it, guys. Hope everyone's doing good out there. If you have any questions, drop them below. I'll get back to you. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks again, everybody.